Hello everyone. I hope my screen is visible to you. So let's continue discussing the classes. So method overloading, two or more function having the same name taking different number of arguments is called method overloading. So we have a class main. It has got three main methods. Okay. These three main method return type is same and it is public static void. So return type is not part of the method overloading. What matters is they should take a different number of argument. For example, in this case, it doesn't take any argument. In this take, it takes an argument of the string. In this case, it takes an array of strings. Hence, they are having three different number of arguments. So when you execute a code, what should happen? It should be executed with the correct signature, and that is main with this particular string argument. That's the first one. Clear? We have a second example. Let me just. Yeah, I know you have an FA at 11:45. The test won't open before 11:45 on the Coding Ninja. So I will take only till 11:30 and after that I will leave you. There is a class main which has got int roll number, string name, static string college Chitkara. Okay. Now, what is the beauty of the static is there will be only one copy of it. It will be shared by all the objects. That means if I'm creating five objects are going to have a separate copy of roll number and name, but there is going to be only one copy of this particular static data variable called as college, which has been initialized to Chitkara. Okay, so we have a class main, we have got a constructor. The constructor is initializing the value for roll number and name. Static string college equal to Chitkara. There is only one copy of it. Okay. There is a display function which is displaying the roll number and the name, There is a public static void main in which I say main s1 is equal to new main 1 abc, main s2 is equal to new main 2 xyz. So what happens is it comes to the constructor. Okay. And it assigns the value of R2 roll number, N2 name. Okay, R2 roll number and N2 name. Okay, in the display function, I display roll number, name, and college. So kindly pay attention that a function can display both static as well as non-static data. Kindly remember, A function can display both static and non-static data, whereas a static function can display only static data. A static function can display only static data. So a function can display non-static as well as static data, but a static function can display only static data. Hence, this particular function display is in a position to display non-static data such as roll number, name, as well as the static data. So if I execute it, I should get 1 ABC Chitkara, 2 XYZ Chitkara. For example, there is a class main, it has got a data member called as count equal to 0. There is a constructor which is incrementing the value of count and displaying the value of count. There is a main method in which I'm creating three objects, okay? So kindly pay attention what I'm trying to do over here. There is a class main with a data member count. Main is a constructor which is incrementing the value of count. I'm creating three objects. So one thing to be understood over here is, since it's not a static data, what will happen is each and every object is going to have a separate copy of the count. Each and every object is going to have a separate copy of the count. Remember, since there is no static, that means main is going to have one copy of the count. C2 is going to have one copy of the count. C3 is going to have one copy of the count. So each one of them is going to make a call to the constructor. So this count will be 1. It will display the value of 1. When the second object is created, it will get a separate copy of the count. Count plus plus will again display 1. So all the three should be displaying the value as 1. All the three should be displaying the value as 1. So if I run it, what I get the value 111. I get the value 111. Any doubt in this? That each and every object has a separate copy of the data member, which will be 111. As opposite to the previous program. Okay, pay attention. There is a class main, there is a data member count. Since there is no static, each and every object, there are three objects, is going to have a separate value of the count. When an object is created, a constructor is called. The constructor is going to increment the value of the count. So count becomes 1. 1 will be displayed. Similarly, when the second object is created, it is going to have a separate copy of the count. That count is going to be incremented by 1 and it will display 1. When the third object is created, again a separate value of the count will be taken. Count will be incremented and again it will be 1. Is it clear? As opposite to that, if you make it as a static, there is only one copy of it which is going to be shared by all the objects. Kindly pay attention. This doesn't belong to the object, it belongs to the class. There is one copy of it and it is going to be shared. Okay. So when this particular object is created, main C1 is equal to new main, it goes to the constructor, it increments the value of the static variable. So static variable now final value is 1. It will display the value of 1. All the three are sharing the same copy of it. So when I say main C2 is equal to new main, what should happen is it should take the incremented value. What was the incremented value? 1. Because 0 was incremented to 1. So 0 is gone. It was 1. Now this count plus plus should make it 2. So 1 is gone. Now what's the value? It is 2. Main C3 is equal to new main. So what should happen? It should take the incremented value, which is 2. So now 2 is incremented by 1. Makes it 3. So when I run the code, we should get the value 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this particular main C1 is equal to new main took me to this constructor. Constructor incremented the value by 1. So I got a 1. When the second object was created, it again went over here. Count is again incremented. 1 became 2. It displayed the value 2. When again the third object was created, what happened was 2 was incremented by 1. So it became 3. It became 3. I have muted myself. That's why you couldn't. Someone came, so I have muted myself. So when I make it as a static variable, what happens is the variable belongs to the class. It doesn't belong to the object. So when the object is created, it goes to the constructor. A constructor can access non-static as well as static data. It accesses the value variable called as count, but it sees that it's a static. So when you increment it, the static variable will now be 1. So when I display it, it will be 1. So when the second object is created, again it goes to the constructor. The count plus plus should make it as 2. So it should display 2. So when I say main C3 is equal to new main, what should happen is count should be incremented by 1. So it makes it as 3. So you get the output as 1, 2, 3. To really check whether you have understood or not, let me do one thing. After 3 objects have been created, I say C1 dot, let's have a display function. Let's have a display function over here. So let's say void display, and let me just print this value in this display function. Okay. And now over here I say C1 dot display. Okay. Very carefully think for 30 seconds and then answer. What will C1 display, C2 display, and C3 display give me? Think and answer. See, there is a class main, static data member, constructor, display function, main method. I am creating 3 objects. Then I am saying C1 display, C2 display, and C3 display. So what should be displayed? Think and answer. What will C1 display give me, C2 display give me, and C3 display give me? Yeah, it is 333. Kindly see, after the first object is created, what is the value of count? 1. After the second is created, it is 2. After the third is created, it is 3. Now, what is the final value? It is 3. So when I say C1 dot display, what is display giving me? The value of the count. What is the value of the count? It was the last value. What is the last value? 3. So whether you say C1 display, C2 display, or C3 display, it should give me 333. I hope it is clear. Any doubts? Kindly see, I have placed C1, C2, C3 after creating 3 objects. Hence, it is giving me 333. If this was placed after the first, it would have given me 1. If it had placed it over here, it would have given me 2. If I have placed it over here, it would have given me 3. But I have placed it after all the objects. Hence, it is giving me 333. Kindly remember, a member function can access both static as well as non-static data, but the static function can access only static data. There is a class main having roll number, name, and college is Chitkara, which is a static string. Okay. Now there is a constructor which takes two parameters, same like before, and there is a display function which displays roll number, name, and college. What I have done now, I have declared a function which is static void change. I have declared a function called as change, which is static. And what is this particular static function can do? Static function can access only static data. So what is college in this case? I have changed it to CUHP, Chitkara University HP campus. Okay. Initially, what was the value? Chitkara. What is change doing? It is changing it to CUHP. The rest of the program is already we have discussed. We have a constructor, we have a display which is displaying it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say main S1 is equal to new main S2 is equal to new main S3 is equal to 3 CAB with ABC, XYZ and CAB being given. So when I run the code, what will happen? It will give me the roll number as 1, the name as ABC, the college as Chitkara, 2 XYZ Chitkara, 3 CAB Chitkara. Okay, understood? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this, paste it. Okay. What is change going to do? Change is going to change the college from Chitkara to CUHP. So now when I say S1 display, S2 display and S3 display, your roll number will be 1, name will be ABC, but college will be CUHP. So when I run this particular code, what should happen? It should give me 1 ABC CUHP, 2 XYZ CUHP, 3 CAB CUHP. So what did this program illustrate? This program illustrated a very simple concept that a static function can access only and only static data. That's it. Okay, clear? So I'm going to end my session now because you have the exam at 11:45 on the Coding Ninja. A static function belongs to the class, hence it can access only static data. Whereas an object is something which can access static as well as non-static data. Is it clear? Static function belongs to the class, static data belongs to the class, and static function can access only static data, whereas an object can access static as well as non-static data because object is of the class. Is it clear? Okay, thank you everyone. All the best for your exams. Okay, tomorrow we'll meet at 11 o'clock and we'll continue with this particular aspect as well as we are going to start with inheritance.